I am Tayrie Glover, and I'm going to share with you some of the ways we can diagnose a stroke. First, I'm going to tell you about the MRI. MRI is a test that can take very accurate pictures of our brain and even the arteries that are in the brain. The CAT scan cannot even do this. The MRI is very accurate. A good thing about the MRI is also that it contains no dyes. You do not need to take dyes, and you do not need to have any x-rays. This is a painless test. You lie on a table that moves you into the opening of an MRI machine, and the machine creates a magnetic field that briefly alters the water molecules in your brain cells. The response is a photo of your brain that the doctor can see, and he can see if you have a stroke. The white area is the stroke. This MRI scan shows that there is a stroke. Next is the CT scan. As you can see, the CAT scan or the CT scan is not as accurate. However, it is the first test that's done in the emergency room. It uses x-rays to take pictures of your skull and brain. You lie in a tunnel-like machine. While inside the machine, it rotates around your head and takes slices of pictures of different angles of your brain. The x-rays are absorbed differently by different parts of the body. The bone absorbs the most x-rays, so bone turns white. Water absorbs very little and appears black. And gray matter is your brain matter. So as we can see, it's a little darker here because there has been a stroke there. Even if you're having a stroke, you may not be able to see it on the CT scan for several reasons. In many cases, the involved area of the brain does not appear abnormal for the first several hours of the onset of the stroke. Depending on the results of your CT scan, your doctor will probably step up from the CT scan and send you to the MRI scan that we have just seen previously. This is a picture of another CT scan, and you can see where the stroke is in the dark area. Our next scan that we can do to diagnose a stroke is the PET scan. This is a PET scan. It is a type of camera and a tracer or a radioactive chemical, and it looks at the organs in the body. The tracer is a special form of a glucose. It collects in your cells that have a lot of energy, such as cancer cells. They have a lot of energy. They take up the tracer, and that way the doctor can see where the most energy is in the brain. During the test, the tracer is put into your vein or your artery, and a tracer moves throughout your body. It collects in those special areas of high energy, gives off tiny, positively charged particles, and the camera records the little charged particles. PET scan is often used to evaluate cancer, check your blood flow, and see how your organs are working. Another way we can fix a stroke is fibrinolytic therapy. It's a special drugs are used, and in this picture, which is a little bit hard to see, there is a clot here, and a chemical is put into your arteries and your veins, and it will go through it, and it will literally eat away your clot. Another one that is able to help you with stroke, to help repair a stroke, repair it, is the Mercy. The Mercy retriever goes in and retrieves the clot. It also has a balloon downstream, so if pieces of the clot break, it's not going to go and do further damage. And once you contain that clot, you're going to pull that into the balloon and you can take it all out at once. And another way that we can repair a stroke is by surgery. This is how a craniotomy is done. They will drill the holes in the skull and they will cut the dots, and they will remove the skull piece and do the surgery to repair what was damaged. And then they can also put the skull piece back for you. Thank you. And next we're going to show you famous stroke victims.